This blind man was very afraid of dogs, but this dog could cut his travel time in half. To test if it was real, the man carefully grabbed the leash. However, as the dog moved slightly, the man let go in fear. With the trainer's encouragement, he grabbed the leash again. Just like that, the man walked slowly toward his company, but he was still very nervous, so his body moved awkwardly. The dog stopped at each intersection to check. When it sensed danger, it disobeyed unreasonable commands. This shocked the man very much. Just like that, the man quickly arrived at his company. A usual 30-minute walk only took 10 minutes today, so the man decided to adopt the guide dog. However, to adopt a guide dog, he had to pass a bonding test, but he still feared dogs inside, so he couldn't fully trust the dog. During training, he often ignored the dog's warning. This caused him to fall accidentally. Finally, others passed the test successfully. Only he didn't pass. Hearing everyone cheer, the man looked very disappointed. The dog felt his sadness. It immediately got up to comfort him. The man finally accepted the dog. Not long after, the man passed the test too. Then he brought the dog home. With the dog around, his dark world suddenly felt full of light. They lived happily together for 2 years. But that day, an accident happened. The man suddenly felt unwell. He was diagnosed with a terminal illness. He would die soon. The man feared no one would care for the dog, so he called the trainer. Before parting, the dog looked at its still owner. It seemed to feel the man's pain. When it heard it had to leave, the man raised his hand to wave. The dog turned away, refusing to leave. After leaving the man, the dog lay on the ground all day. 1 month later, the dog suddenly sat up because it heard a familiar knock. It became excited instantly. The man really came back, but the dog didn't know this would be their last meeting. The man was close to death, but he couldn't leave the dog, so before dying, he wanted one last walk with it. He brought the dog to the training field. The dog skillfully put on the leash. They slowly walked forward together, but very soon, the man stopped walking because he had no more strength. This was where they met in their last walk together. Not long after, the man left this world forever. That day, the dog also came to that place. It stared at its owner, hoping he would stand and walk, but sadly, he gave no response again. After the man was gone, the dog never moved again. It refused to eat and grew extremely weak, but there was no fear in its eyes. Instead, they were full of hope. It hoped to meet its owner in another world. Finally, the dog also left this world. This story tells us, when a dog chooses its owner, its loyalty will last forever.